All right, guys, that was your intro for midweek football today because I didn't want to get anyone excited about UCL, and I really just wanted to incorporate this pineapple that looks like he's going Super Saiyan because it's pretty sick. So, yeah, what's going on? I am Young Leg. This is BurrOaks. Welcome back to midweek football. Oaks, what it do?
Oh, fuck, man. Not too bad. Just still kind of pissed at Spanish refs from last week. Obviously we're always pissed at Spanish refs, but we had another incident where they just decided to add another extra 5 minutes on top of a game that already had 6 added. And I think it's no coincidence that it happened to be while Girona was winning, and then Barca got a late PK today. So, just not real surprised that the Barcelona make sure that they get the money to go play in the Super Cup is conspiracy is still alive and well.
Yeah, it's, Bird's already here, so I'm not going to take any shots, but it's just been a long season for him. What can you do? It's been rough out here. I'm glad Jamal scored. People are saying that I spoke it into existence. I fucking hope so. Shout out Jamal. Now you only have 2 more goals than Guler. He probably won't score 2 in the last 2 games, though, so that's good. We're not going to do fuck yous. It's a Wednesday thing, guys. So if you wanted to get some things off your chest, just hold it in there, get more upset about it. We'll talk about it on Wednesday. We got midweek football to talk about. We have a cup final. We got an entire Spanish slate. We got some massive games over in England. I'm going to talk shit on one team that I'll continue to talk shit on until Wednesday, and I talked shit on them last week. So, yeah, everyone should be pretty used to this. Let's get into it. Oaks. Tottenham versus Man City. Ange has said, please don't be online if you're a fan of Tottenham, pretty much. Don't go on Twitter if you're a fan of Tottenham and tell me that I should lose this game on purpose. You had the easiest out to lose this game, my man. What were you fucking thinking? Oaks, is City going to lose this?
No, City's not going to lose this. We've seen Tottenham, right? Like, we got all excited about second half Tottenham versus Arsenal, and then they came out and disappointed us twice in a row. Now they are at home, so I do think they probably find a way to get a goal. But yeah, City minus 1.5 here.
Yeah, the line doesn't even look remotely. I see like the posts from Arsenal fans where they're like, "What do you think of Tottenham?" They're like so used to just going shit, and they're like, they're have a bunch of potential and can definitely challenge City this weekend or on Tuesday. And I was just kind of like, damn, you guys aren't even gonna try to hide it or nothing. You just lie to yourselves like this. Tottenham, I'll be really excited if they can get a goal because Man City money line and both teams to score is plus 110, and I think probably the only like reasonable way to bet this where you have Manchester City money line in your parlay. So I'm hoping Son gets one. His shot on target number is ridiculously low for a guy that legitimately just won a golden boot. Minus 140 for Son to just hit the target. I would genuinely look at just City giving up a penalty kick for Son to get that number. Madison shot on target. If he plays, sometimes he likes to be healthy, other times he's not. I'm hearing a lot of clamoring from the English people over there about how James Madison should be the number 10 and not Jude Bellingham. Yeah, everybody just take a second to laugh at all the Tottenham fans that probably push that narrative out. Other than that, I have fouls and a shit ton of City props. So, and I like the corner line. The corner line sitting around 11. I think that's really gettable for both these teams. They both attack from the wings a lot. They like to try to counterattack. It leads to a lot of Phil Foden's on one of the teams. So to me, that just means at least 8 corners for City because I haven't seen anyone be able to actually one-on-one defend Phil Foden yet without giving up a foul, corner, or goal. So I love the corner line also.
Yeah, shout out our boy Colt for tuning in. I know it's not your club necessarily, but I know San Diego FC. I know that's, in your neighborhood and kind of who you're stuck cheering for since they wouldn't promote the team that was already there. But it looks like you guys are getting some good signings or at least trying to, going all out for them. So I think I saw a post from Leg that said they were trying to pick up Sergio Ramos, which would instantly make him a fan.
Yeah, that sucks too because I don't feel like liking another team in MLS.
Liking a second MLS team, yeah. But yeah, I think City -1.5 here at -110 is an okay price. I don't know. City on the road always finds a way to play boring as shit football that you don't want to watch, but they managed to get 3 points, and they're not going to fumble the bag here. Like, I don't care what Arsenal fans want. They're not going to fumble the bag here. This is the Tottenham team that you said, oh, you dominated. You dominated Tottenham. You dominated Tottenham. So what the fuck do you think City's going to do?
Yeah, you only dominated 45 minutes too. Like, City could show up for the last 15, throw in Erling Haaland and Phil Foden and be like, all right, yeah, go get us something. Like, Aki will probably score, and this game will be really hard to watch for about fucking 85 minutes. This upset me, even though I already shared this news. And I was just like, how the fuck is San Diego linking themselves to all these people? And I'm wondering if they're offering Ramos ownership percentages for the amount of people I hear saying that Sergio Ramos is in advanced talks. This man's gone from Spain all the way to San Diego now. Is he getting, like, my man better get some ownership papers? That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not saying it's not a nice place to live. I'm saying he is a king in Spain. Hey, you know what, honey? Let's just go. I know we have 4 kids. Let's go to San Diego.
It's also his childhood club, so like,
it's just, I don't know. I would love to know. It's kind of like Messi's Apple deal. Oh, you're just gonna look at the wage that's on the paper? You don't think there's anything else that got Messi over here?
Yeah,
they're literally remaking stadiums in the league for him. Like, come on now, guys. All right, anyway. Brighton versus Chelsea. This one's interesting because De Zerbi throws so many fucking curveballs. You actually never know which Brighton you're going to play against. He's a manager that makes a lot of good tactical moves, even at halftime, at the 60th minute. His subs, he has a plan for his subs. Now, maybe it doesn't always work out. He's got a lot of injuries he's dealt with as well. I know Manchester United's been running that excuse up all year at this point. But I love Chelsea at a plus sign here. I think Chelsea's turning that little bit of a corner where they're going to give their fans a bunch of hope, win the last 4 or 5 matches of the season, and Cole Palmer is going to go for that, not the Pichichi, the golden boot. Sorry. And
we're not in Spain right now.
Yeah, my problem is that now Cole Palmer is like a shit number to bet, and the position he plays, he's not really supposed to be scoring that much. He's got 9 fucking penalty kick goals, 10 penalty kick goals. So I don't know why they're putting him at like he's Haaland at -130 and -125. That seems like a little bit of bullshit to me. But I like Cole Palmer, 2 shots on target. I like him for a win cast in this one because I like Chelsea on the money line at +105. Wincaster Palmer puts it up to +200. I think Cole Palmer goal and assist is also a shot. He's been dishing a little bit more. He is still taking on set pieces. That was at +600. I actually like the corner line on this one too. Shout out Nick. I know he likes corner lines. Oh my god, I said corner line and Nick appeared.
Hey, and then he appears.
I was waiting for you to jump in with the word corner.
I wrote in big bold letters, you guys should play this parlay. Gallagher and Pascal Gross shot on target parlay.
Dude, remember when he was automatic early in the year? And this dude was
both of them for me, man. They just take the stupidest shots. I just assume they're gonna get it on target every time. So they're my both low key ones I like to throw it on. And then when you say +390 for both of them, and I go, who fucks this up for me?
Yeah, usually, I mean, look, I don't know. Chelsea away from the bridge is a stretch for me, but if you're gonna hang +105 on it against a bad Brighton team, I'm probably gonna bite here. And this might be bait, and this probably ends 1-1 or 2-2 because Chelsea can't defend at all. And Brighton do usually figure out a way to score a goal. But yeah, I don't know. It feels like such a trap, but Chelsea at +105, I think I'm going to have to fall for it, even if it is a trap.
Yeah, I'm here for that trap. You know what else I liked was Reece James shot on target +175. He subbed on. I think he's going to start next game. And
I think I might stick with Jackson staying hot too. He's definitely finishing
fair.
the ball a lot better. He got rid of he shaved his head. He got rid of the split silver and blue Chelsea hair that wasn't bringing him any luck, and then started scoring a bunch of goals. So I kind of like that. He's also like the guy who actually plays striker. Like, I know Cole Palmer's been like cleaning up a lot of bad rebounds in the box, but like, if the striker and the wingers are finishing those chances, that means Cole Palmer is going to eat a lot less. He still is sick nasty from free kick. Like, what was it, 2 or 3 matches ago, probably not weeks, when he had that direct free kick that just shattered the woodwork and everyone was pissed because it should have gone in the net. But yeah, I don't know. Like was saying, Cole Palmer's like standalone anytime goal has become kind of unbettable, even against a bad team like Brighton, because that's, he plays more of that distribution 10 role. And I'm not laying minus 135 on the guy who's kind of more playing off the ball and looking for the open man.
Nick, you love Chelsea. What do you got, man?
You nailed it. No, I missed what you guys started with, but Oaks, I'm so with you, dude. That plus 105 is like, it's there for the taking. And what really sold me on it is Chelsea's team total of 1.5. It's like minus 180. Yeah. So books are telling you Chelsea scoring goals in this one. I think they are. Brighton has just been absolutely awful. And Chelsea's won the last 3 head-to-heads. So that was like, just, you put all these ingredients together. Talked about it last week on my show with the guys. Like, Chelsea kind of has low-key put it together, or at least are starting to put it together. And they might be in better shape than Tottenham, United, Villa, any of those teams kind of in that muck. So,
no. After Villa's draw today, after being down, I can't. Yeah,
respect
to
them.
Say that Chelsea's better than Villa.
Respect to them. But yeah, I think Chelsea's got the money line in this one, and the sneaky bet I like is actually over 4.5 cards. It's at minus 120. Chelsea, I think 6 of their last 7 games have had 5 or more cards. So this just seems to me like it's probably tightly contested. 2 cards for each seems kind of like a given. Should be a third somewhere. Over 4.5 at minus 120.
I like that a lot. Chelsea can't defend, so might as well hack, right?
Thanks. All right, next one I got. Last English game we got for you guys, and I'm actually ridiculously excited for this. After wasting 90 minutes of my fucking life watching Manchester United versus Arsenal and watching the legitimate roof fall in onto Old Trafford with all that fucking rain, Newcastle at plus 130 looks fantastic. But let me interest you in something else. The last 3 matches, Manchester United versus Newcastle, you know how many goals Manchester United have scored? Fucking none. Newcastle to win the 0, plus 490. Say something, Man U fans, please. Tell me who's going to score for you guys. Is Bruno Fernandes playing? Because if not, who the fuck's scoring for Manchester United? Højlund can't even hit the fucking net. Garnacho's magic is gone. Ronaldo took it with him. He left a little pixie dust maybe in his locker. That shit's gone. Rashford, Ballon d'Or Rashford, haven't seen him since last March, 2023. I really have. McSauce even let me down. McSauce didn't get me a shot on target. McSauce, you put the fucking armband on and don't give me a shot on target? Dog, I took you for first goal scorer. I had so much faith in you. And you do me like that? I'm out. I'm done. Man, you're not even going to score. It is as embarrassing as you think it is, and as it feels, it's worse because your manager will then go into interviews and act like nothing's wrong. Oh gosh, just wait. Don't worry, Sir Jimmy got us. Don't worry, Jimbo's got us. We'll figure it out. Yeah, let's leave this bald dude in charge and see what happens. Oh no, well, I didn't get the players I wanted. Dude, it's been 2 fucking years. You had to spend how much money for the one dude that was already on your team? And you can't get him to score. He's got 1 fucking goal this season. So, Man U, good fucking luck. Newcastle money line. That back line, I will say, the back line, like if Kraft is starting on that Newcastle back line, this is how bad Manchester United is. If Kraft is starting that back line, I'm still taking Newcastle to win the 0 because Manchester United has zero backbone at all. Keane would be rolling in his grave if he didn't already have to watch this fucking shithole every weekend that we got to watch. Manchester United, absolutely embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. That was a bad performance. Look, I don't know.
It's
I didn't
not a
watch.
stack of bad performances. Don't forget that Crystal Palace blew their backs out. Do not
I'm not
forget
gonna
that.
lie to you. I didn't watch the fucking Arsenal game. I had
You
better
didn't
shit to
want
do.
to
It
watch
was
it.
Mother's Day, dude.
Because Arsenal looked like shit too, if we're being completely
No.
fair. Arsenal didn't look good at all. They got a freebie off of Casemiro. Like, it looked like Casemiro just stole the ball back, kept position, just for somebody to launch the ball up, and he's like looking at his goalie, like, why the fuck wouldn't you just give that back to me so we can play it out? Dog, it's not Madrid anymore. You're over at Manchester United. It is English football. Run the fuck forward when the goalie kicks it up. And
Let me give you can I give you a hot take on United?
Sure.
They miss McTominay. Seriously. Like I think they really miss him. He's been fucking, I don't know.
I love him though.
Yeah, look, I have Newcastle money line at plus 135. Like, look, I know this team isn't the same away from St. James Park. I know that they've struggled to get results in a couple of matches, especially on the road. But I do think that they still have a good manager. I think they have a good squad. I think they got a little over their skis playing UCL football. They ran into some bad injury trouble and, finish the season strong, finishing your top 6 here. Because Man U's certainly not. This team is going nowhere fast. And you can make all the excuses you want, but do you still have to put up 11 players on the pitch and go play football? I don't care what position they normally play, but like, you're telling me nobody, like, you already got Cass playing center back, like, just
with Johnny Evans. Like, this team is in shambles, bro.
Yeah.
Club. Nick, say something nice about Manchester United.
No, would you say it was Newcastle win to 0?
Plus 490.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad way to look at it, dude. I'm struggling to find anything nice to say. I'm sorry, United fans. I can't do it. This could be an under game, right? 1-0, 2-0. I don't know. Just kind of weird because what does either have to realistically play for at this point? United going to have a new manager.
Newcastle fans do not fuck with Manchester United at all. And when they listen to them bitch and they're sitting, it is really just like first world problems. Like, oh my God, we're in 8th. And then you have Newcastle who's like getting relegated and having to fight back up. And they're like, shut the fuck up. Yeah. Oh, boo-hoo, you're in 8th. So that's how I know Newcastle fans are looking at it. And beating Manchester
Newcastle can still close out on Tottenham for your Europa League. So
I don't know. Listen, do they really want European football though?
Yeah, because they have the money to spend.
They would much rather play Europa League than fucking Conference League.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I agree.
You're right. They are still in Conference League anyway.
Also,
they're somehow already breaching FFP, even though Manchester City hasn't or anyone else. But somehow Newcastle's close to breaching FFP, even though their one fucking signing isn't even allowed to fucking play. So it's kind of shady. But
yeah, I don't know. Isak's been hot. I mean, he's about minus 110 to score if he starts. I could see that, but not much else I like.
I like Gordon to score or assist also. It was at plus 120. He's got 10 and 10 this season. So as much as I talk shit on Trash Gordon, like he did give you 10 and 10. Like can't really complain that much there. It's kind of like if Samachi gives us 20, it's like, well, yeah, he didn't start off good, but he said he's going to give us 20.
He also didn't get minutes either.
Well, that's the only way he was getting 20. He had to do the interview first. So
right.
His coach was like, oh, fuck. This guy's giving us 20? Oh, my bad. I did not.
I wasn't unaware that you had 20 in your bag.
Unfamiliar. All right. Going to the greatest league. No, I'm just kidding. It's no football. That's not good. First one. You guys are probably thinking to yourself, why the fuck is this on here? Well, let me tell you why. Mallorca, you are not safe. You are not even a little bit safe. And Osasuna fucked me over last week. So I'm kind of already on the lookout for them. I love Mallorca here on the money line, on the draw, no bet even, was sitting at like minus 110, minus 105. They are, what are they like? How many points are they clear? They're sitting at like 34, and I think if they drop one game and then the other team wins out, they might end up getting relegated. It's not as close as I'm making it seem. They're
6 points up.
But yeah. It would have to be something with the goal differential as well, and they just lose all their games. But they're not safe. I don't like Osasuna. Give me Mallorca on a draw no bet at minus 105, minus 110. I also talked to Oaks about it earlier, about Kyle Larin. What is it, Larin?
Larin? That's what I say, Larin.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle Larin, Canadian bull, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
If Mallorca doesn't start him, I'll be pretty upset. However, I did find something on DraftKings where it was plus 400 for him to score a goal compared to FanDuel where it was plus 185 and his shot on target was like minus 200 because if he does start, he will be the best striker on the field, unfortunately, for everybody else playing. I don't know why Mallorca's managers, for lack of a better word, a fucking idiot, but put him on the fucking field. I mean, at least Inter has some reasons not to put Buchanan on because, like, you know, they got Thuram, they got Martinez, like, they got Arno. Mallorca does not. You got Mariki starting over this guy?
Lazio legend, sir. I think he
Even
had like
worse,
two. I think he had
Lazio
2
that
goals.
dropped off so bad he went to Mallorca? Guys.
I think he had 2 goals in like a year and a half, and they shipped him out.
He wasn't good enough for Lazio.
True story. Like 27 million from the Turkish league, and I think they got 2 goals out of him.
Again, give me the Canadian plus 400 on DK. I don't know why it's that high. I'm just pretty much banking on him getting announced for the starting lineup, so then I'll be able to cash out, and then I would still take him at plus 180 for sure. I really think if anyone's going to be scoring, it's going to be him, and they're kind of, again, still a little bit in that survival mode where they are 6 points clear. It's not that they couldn't just get a draw. That's why the draw no bet is what I'm looking at.
Yeah, this is the game I got to lean a lot more heavily on you two guys because I don't watch either of these teams regularly. They're way too close in the standings for my liking. You're backing the away team. That's bold, but Osasuna hasn't won in what, like 8 games or 9 games or something.
Say, have you seen
right?
Osasuna?
Yeah. So I get it. Is this like a weird one where there's both teams to score where you don't expect it? That's kind of the vibe I've been getting from La Liga games that are like during the middle of the week and they're teams that I'm not high on. And all of a sudden you've seen, it's like, oh shit, 2-1, 3-1, 1-1. That's nothing to base it off of other than vibes.
I was going to say, I don't know if I have the math completely for their midweek games and their goal totals. Maybe Oaks does.
Yeah, I mean, I did cover this a little earlier with Flash on the Bet USA show. This is one where whatever side you want to back, take the draw no bet because it's a coin flip. You're getting, minus 105, minus 115, minus 110, minus 110. My only caution here is Mallorca's won 1 fucking game away from the island all season, and they let in almost 2 goals a game away from the island. But Osasuna fucking sucks in their own building. They're one of those teams that does way better outside of their own building. They're 17-17 on goals scored, goals conceded in their own building, and they actually have a losing record in their own building.
I was going to say, no, they let in way more goals now. They're at 24 goals allowed now.
In their own house?
Yep.
Okay, whatever. I don't even want to waste my time to look at it because I already did this segment.
I'm looking at it.
But the only way Osasuna knows how to score is big cross-field switches where they go deep from like a right back or a midfielder and they switch it deep to the left wing. And then that usually never works out for them. And then they're good at corners. And if they don't score on either of those 2 ways, they're not scoring. Mallorca sucks. They're going to park minimum 8 guys behind the ball all day long. If they play a 4-4-2, that's really good. That's their most offensive look because mostly they're playing 4-4-1-1 with the lone striker being Mariki, and he's not fast enough to do fuck all. So that's why I'm always pissed when I don't see Larin in the lineup, and the manager's just horrible. It's like half the time Larin plays and then he subs him out at 62 minutes. Half the time Mariki plays and he subs Mariki off at like 62 minutes. So I think that's a really dumb way to manage a team because nobody can find match fitness, let alone form, when you're only getting a third of the match. So I don't know. Mallorca, their whole thing, the only reason they're staying up is because they're damn near unbeatable on the island.
They have 5 losses on the island.
Okay. Out of 17 games played.
I'm all in on Mallorca because they scare me more than Osasuna does. Osasuna soft as baby shit.
Winless in 5, no clean sheets in 5, more than 3 goals
allowed. Score also is a plus number.
That's trying to tell you.
Yep.
Plus 130.
Yep.
I mean, I could see both teams to score here. I could also see 2 penalty kicks.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the kind of game these guys play. Mallorca's dirty as fuck, so like they might have 8 cards by themselves. And
So I'm waiting for them to start Kike up front. He'll get a yellow.
Hey man, over 4.5 guards, minus 110. Not bad.
Really? In a Spanish game?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's for Mallorca only.
No, total. Mallorca's
That's
2.5.
No.
Yep.
That's free money.
Wonder
There's
who's reffing.
4.5 cards in the last 15 minutes of this game.
I wonder who's reffing. I still wish I could get a ref schedule. That's the only thing that matters to me.
All
right,
anyway,
we got Real Madrid
I
versus
can't tell you
Alaves.
who's in the VAR booth, but I can probably get a ref.
Oh, Francisco Jose Hernandez. Is that Hernandez?
That's one of them.
I'm gonna have to do some research on this, but it might just be the easiest card bet of all time, and I'm gonna have to bet it because they took my cards away. Sad times. Anyway, Real Madrid versus Alaves. What do we say here, guys? That's really the fun part because our B team's putting up fucking 4 goals on bums like this. So I have heard rumors that we're going Guler, Vinny, and Rodrigo, which, you know, I'm cool with Vinny and Rodrigo playing. They're young, and I want to keep them going. Don't just fucking take off for 3 weeks and then try to play in the Champions League final.
Yeah, that's not smart.
Consistency. I expect to see Fede Valverde in the lineup as well for that same exact reason. The only person I don't want to see is Tchouaméni. Go get healthy. Jude Bellingham, get your fitness up. Get ready to go play in a fucking UCL final. Other than that, keep rotating everyone.
And keep giving Militao minutes. Keep giving Militao minutes.
Yeah, I'm cool with Courtois getting minutes. Cool with Militao getting minutes. If we're gonna play Lunin in the final, which I still stand by, we should play Lunin. Yes. I think he should also be getting some time here as well. I did get an interesting question, which was now. Again, in Carlo, we trust whatever he says for the final. But somebody said, if Courtois is at his best, is he better than Lunin? Because you should start a better goalkeeper. And I was like, well, I mean, if Courtois is at his best, he's kind of the best goalkeeper in the world. But we also haven't seen him for 10 months. And I was like, this is where it's like, okay, Don Carlo, we trust you. So I don't even know who's going to be in net for this game because I assume it'll be Courtois, but again, if Lunin's going to start, we need him to keep getting reps still. That's like the whole reason we're not going to start Courtois because he has no reps. So Real Madrid's going to give a funky lineup. I pray to God we stop playing Dani Ceballos. I'm over it. I've never seen a guy just slow down an entire offense the way that this man, Dani Ceballos, does. And he tries so hard, and I respect him for it on the press, on defense. He's just so fucking slow when you're used to watching Camavinga, Jude Bellingham, Vinny Jr., like, those guys offensively on that left side, and then it's now Dani Ceballos, and it gets to me. This game is going to be a tough one. I want to say both teams will score in Madrid money line, but like Alaves is not going to score. This is defensively one of the best Madrid defenses that we've seen ever in history. We are having just historic numbers everywhere, and Rudiger, thank God for that man, cost $0 fucking dollars. So Real Madrid to win the 0, I don't even think is a plus sign. Both teams to score no is like minus 155, and our money line is what, like minus 500. So Alaves, again, good luck to you. This is going to be a player prop game for me. If either of you guys have any other angles, feel free.
Yeah, the only thing I'm looking at here is Real Madrid going to score 3 goals or not. That's like the only, I think, without knowing anything, bettable number there is, right? Over 2.5 is minus 110. Under 2.5 is minus 110. So wait for your lineups. Maybe wait 5 minutes into the game, take a live number. But that's pretty much the decision that has to be made in this game. Not much else I see.
Yeah, I literally have Cruz assist, Guler goal, Brahim goal, because those were the only like plus side numbers that I really liked, that I was confident in. And I don't even know if any of those guys are going to play, except for Guler. I want to say I'm like 95% sure he's going to start the rest of the game. Oaks, what are you thinking here?
Yeah, I mean, Madrid's going to give me their lineup 3 hours before the match, so I'm just going to deal with it then. Because if you look at the sides and the totals, this game's completely unbettable.
Yep. All right, moving on. Let's get a more bettable game. We got Girona versus Villarreal. Now, Sorloth is fucking looking at a Pachichi. Oaks tried to tell you guys last Wednesday. Sorloth is no slouch. He's having himself a season here, even though Villarreal is sitting in 9th place and looks like shit for their standard they set to themselves. Sorloth, however, is sitting on 19, 20 goals, something like that.
Yeah, and he probably should have had more, and you could have gotten him at plus 200 last week. So, yeah, I would probably go back to the Sorloth because we all know Girona don't play no defense.
I was about to say, I like Girona on the money line at minus 145. I think that's a really bettable number for Girona at home. But then also go right to Girona money line of both teams to score. Villarreal will get one. Girona hates keeping a 0. I feel like that was an early in the season thing, and now they're like, all right, guys, we got Champions League football. It'll be cool to be second, but yeah, fuck
Girona's,
this whole defense thing.
Just so you know, Girona has kept 3 clean sheets in their last 6 home matches.
And I wish them all the best on getting another one. But Villarreal has 27 away goals right now in 17 matches, and Sorloth is going for a Bachichi. So I'm going with the guy that has a trophy to play for versus fuck a little defense. You know what I mean? Yeah. Davey, what's his name? Davey's legs looking a little heavy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And look, I agree with you here. I think that you can get Girona and over 1.5 at a plus number, or even a minus 105, even on offshores. So, domestically, I'm just assuming I'm at least getting plus 100, or I can find a way to get that to a plus number. And like you said, Girona and both teams to score plus 155. I think that's a really good number. I do think Sorloth continues to push for the golden boot here / the Pichichi, but I don't know. I always felt like we called the Pichichi the top scoring Spanish national, and that we called golden boot whoever scores the most goals, because I know they do something for the top scoring Spanish national. But anyway, yeah, look, I really like what Dovbek's been doing. I know that he didn't get you your goal, so you're kind of mad at him, but he did have a nice assist. Tizgankov is playing really well. The Ukrainian who plays right wing for them, he had an assist. His to score assist was sitting at plus 120 when I was doing the show for BetUS. So I assume on domestics, that means he's plus 160, plus 170, because, in the US, we don't have nearly as much handle on La Liga. Savio to score assist is always worth a look. Savio's been shooting again, too. He had a nice shot on target last game. So that was a plus number last game. Girona at home is definitely defensively more sound than they are away. They've only coughed up, I want to say, 19 goals on the season in 17 matches. But Girona at home is an absolute wagon. They're 16, 15, 14. They're 14-2-1 at home, and the only loss they have at home is to Madrid, where we blew their backs out 3-0. So this team just simply does not lose at home, and this team is fucking livid because the Spanish refs robbed them in broad daylight in front of God and everybody when they said there's going to be 6-minute added versus Alaves, and it's 2-1, and Alaves is getting dangerous chances. And oh wow, broke Barcelona might not make it to the Spanish Super Cup next year. Wow, if they don't get 7th place, that's 25 million more Barcelona doesn't have. So here's 9 extra minutes on top of 6 until Alaves fucking scores, and it's 2-2, and we all lose our Girona plus money line bets. Go fuck yourself, Spain. So that's really all I have to say about that. It's Girona by 1 million. They are not going to stand for that bullshit in their house.
I love it. So let me be very upfront and say Villarreal is one of those teams that just haven't had the pulse on them this year, haven't really gotten them right. I feel like they're playing a lot better of late. Everything you said about Girona is 100% true. They're fucking nasty at home. Interesting stat for me in this one. First to score, Villarreal head-to-head has scored first 6 straight games. I think that's fucking nuts.
That is wild.
So now we're talking about this is going on a 4-year sample size after this game. So you can get Villarreal to score a goal in the first half at even money. I think that's worth a little bit of a stab. Don't even need to be the first ones to score, but the fact that they have been doing that, and that fact that they score early,
That's usually when Girona coughs up a cheap one too, is
Right.
because I've been betting Girona to score both halves and both teams to score first half in Girona games, because that's usually kind of where
Yep.
they get caught. They score a goal and they get super pumped about it, and then they kind of forget what they're doing defensively for like 5 minutes, and there's a quick answer, and then they're like, okay, boys, lock the fuck in here. And then they kind of handle it the rest of the way.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to take a shot with that.
I like it. I like it.
All right, last Spanish game I got for you guys. Celta Vigo versus Athletic Bilbao. Celta Vigo also playing for their lives. They got the raw deal here too, because they've got kind of a shitty end to their season. I think like the last 10 games for them has been pretty rough. Bilbao away is not the same as Bilbao at home, so that I'll get up front really quick. However, they will still score on Celta Vigo. So if you think that Bilbao's not great away from home, that's fine. Celta Vigo, Bilbao, both teams to score -140. I can work with that real easy. I know I'm going to do the TwoFootTalk special and throw over 2.5 on it, make it look sexy. Inaki Williams +200 to score a goal. Inaki Williams in crunch time when Bilbao need him, when we need a G. Throw it all in a parlay. Why not? Both teams score over 2.5. Inaki Williams goal. If you told me that for every single Bilbao game over the last decade, I'd be like, nah, it's all a bet. Unless it was like Inaki Williams score from a penalty kick, different story. But Nico to score assist was sitting at +230. If you want to get really weird, and we love when we see it, the Williams brothers connecting for a goal. I'm sure the odds are fucking stupid after looking at the to score assist and the anytime goal scorer. Nico for an assist straight up. I think he's third in assists, second in assists in the league, +460 for an assist. Celta Vigo does not impress me at all. They haven't impressed me in years at this point. It's been Iago Aspas and a massive backpack full of fucking bricks.
And that's what he's doing again. He's got like 8 goal contributions.
It's every year.
In the last 5 games
to make
this team relevant again.
It's every year. I like Bilbao on a draw no bet, sitting at like -105. If you're not comfortable taking a side in this one, I still think that would be the smarter play. But both teams to score, go for goals, go for fouls. Both these teams have absolute hacks on that back line in the midfield. Iago Aspas props, and give me the Williams brother props. Other than that, fouls for days. Let me check the ref, but this might be card heavy.
Every game in Spain is set at 4.5 this week. 4.5 -135. -135.
Spain. Folks, what do you got?
I mean, look. Celta's not a good team. And I shouldn't have to try and sell you guys on that, because any team that's had 3 managers in a single season,
right,
that team's trash. And now, yes, Aspas is turning it on in Aspas season. Like I said, he's had 8 goal contributions in the last 5 games. And Bilbao's definitely not watertight at the back. And they do struggle to score a little bit more on the road. But this Bilbao team's not last year's Bilbao team on the road, where they only had 1 win, a couple of draws, and a bunch of losses. This Bilbao team is still getting draws on the road. I do think that they are going to feel, I don't want to say wronged, but they don't feel great about what happened versus Osasuna, where they score first, VAR takes it away, cough up to have to do a mad scramble to end up salvaging a point. And here's the other thing is I know mathematically it's not a lock, and it would kind of surprise me for Atleti to drop enough points that Bilbao kind of usurps them for that last UCL spot. But I'm pretty sure 2 of the last 3 games Atleti has to play are away from the Wanda, and we know this team fucking sucks outside the Wanda. So Bilbao, go get 3 points here, and Atleti's got to play Getafe outside of the Wanda, in Getafe's building this week. And Getafe sucks, but they can defend. So you might be able to see Atleti grind out a 0-0, and you get 3 points here. That, keeps you right there for that 4th place race. I don't think they're going to get it, but I think Bilbao have too much pride, and they've won the Copa del Rey, and this is their season, and they're going to play European football. So just go out and put your foot on a team that's not going to get relegated, but is almost going to get relegated, and step on their throat and prove why you deserve to be feared in European football, because we know how good Spanish teams are in European football.
Yeah, Bilbao, draw no bet, even money. I don't know.
Yep.
I mean, that's just everything you said, right? I mean, I don't know how you don't take it.
Yo, Nick, let me put you on real quick.
Hit me.
I live here, bro. This is where I fucking live. This is the La Liga referee statistics, and it's currently filtered on yellow cards per game. You see all those fives? Those are all the games that I'm going to bet for cards.
Yeah, I love it. I'd bet even some of the fours.
Fives? Yeah, I know. Then you go for some high fours, and you're like, there's a bunch of hacks on here. And then I start picking names, and if I can get to like 7, I'm like, yeah, at least 5 of these guys will get it, right? Anyway, Nick, why we actually have you here?
Oh,
Coppa Italia final. Atalanta versus Juventus. Now, Nick, I follow you on Twitter, so I know you're not going to like what I have to say here.
Hit me.
Atalanta is playing better football. They're going to a European final. They are. It feels like they're just playing for more right now. Whereas we got Juventus, who has looked, I don't even know what to call it, discombobulated, lost.
Terrible. They look like Allegri is coaching them still.
It is the Allegri farewell tour, and it's just not going great. Atalanta still scoring goals. All their forwards, CDK, Lookman, Samacha, everyone's been firing on all cylinders. And unfortunately, Juventus to win the cup, -120. It's what the script I have for you here is that it's going to be one of the longest games. If you're an Atalanta fan, you're going to fucking hate this game. You're going to despise it. It'll probably end 1-1, 2-2. I do think that there will be goals in it, so it won't be a typical Juventus win, but it will go to penalty kicks, and Juventus is going to win. I have Juventus to win the cup at -120, Juve to win on pens +800. I do, however, like Atalanta to win in extra time at +1300, because I could see that. I could see Juve
for sure
crumbling and finally giving one up. But realistically, like, you got to go with experience here. And I've watched Juve win this cup a lot.
You hit the nail on the head, dude. It feels fucking inevitable, right? These two teams could not be going in more opposite directions. Everything you said, right? Atalanta pretty much now has almost solidified 5th place, which will be a Champions League place for Italy next year. It'd take a lot for them to drop it. They're in this final. They are in the final of the Europa League, right? Not that it's going to be easy. They're taking on Leverkusen.
Wait, are you going to get an extra Champions League spot if they earn one from Europa League final? Also, I mean,
don't finish 5th. They would have to finish 6th and win the Europa League. So basically, they'd have to win that game and then drop out of 5th place.
Where does that extra Champions League spot go then?
It would go to the 5th place, or maybe it's the other way. Maybe they stay in 5th and they win the Europa League. So then 6th place gets it.
In 6th? Yeah, so then
something
6th
like
place
that
would get it or something like. I don't know. It's dumb.
There's a situation. Everybody's talking about it.
If you
I don't
win
know
Europa
like
League, you're guaranteed.
Don't worry, they're not going to win anyway.
Right. Yeah, Atalanta, like you said, man, firing on all cylinders. So this Juve win does seem fucking inevitable. I think they have something like 3 wins in their last 17 games or something like that. It's like the worst Juventus has ever done in their history. And we actually faded them last week. Play of the week was Salernitana, who was in last place, by the way, relegated team, +2 goals, 1-1 draw. Juve hasn't won by 3 goals in over 4 months. Like, that's how bad they've been. But this just seems fucking inevitable. It's like Allegri's on his way out. He's going to walk out with a fucking trophy. One last fuck you. The fans will maybe be happy, not be happy. They'll be whatever. But they could say, well, at least we won the cup. That's just how it feels.
We won a trophy. Yeah.
Right. That's just how it feels. And the one big thing for Atalanta is Scamacca is suspended. He's not eligible for the final.
That was going to be my big question.
Yeah.
Before I got too heavy into what I was asking, because I couldn't find his props listed anywhere, which made me think he was suspended. But I'm not going to lie, I really like this show and hanging out with you guys, but I wasn't going to go back and find the last Coppa Italia game and figure out whether or not it's yellow.
But I mean, that being said, Lookman, like you said, Leg, he's been fucking awesome. He's +270 to score. He obviously starts this game now. CDK, who came over from Milan, who like
I just wrote CDK props on my sheet because he
couldn't do a
assist,
fucking thing. Well, this dude has like 20
He's
goal contributions this
smoking,
year.
dude.
Fucking
Yeah.
crushing.
And,
He's plus
well,
290 to score.
I'll mean cut you off. Let me tell you what I got a problem with CDK though. How the fuck are you so selfish that you beat the last man by 3 steps on Thursday, and you try and beat the keeper short side when he's right in your fucking grill, and Samach is going, give me the fucking ball. He was so wide open in the middle of the net to go back. He didn't even have to put it like straight in. He could have gone back post, and there's no way in hell that keeper's getting that.
100%. But that was a game too. Atalanta could have had 7 goals before
Roma
scored
he also
that penalty.
scored and I think assisted that game.
That's not an exaggeration. They legitimately could have had 5, 6, 7 goals. So one of 2 things happen. They continue on that form and they blow this game out and it's a 3-0 comfortable win, or at some point they run out of gas or they prioritize another game or their minds are somewhere else. It's tough to say because a team like Atalanta, like,
this is a trophy too.
They haven't won silverware, right? Like this, it might not seem like a lot to Juve. This is everything to a team like Atalanta. So do they go all in? I kind of like them draw no bet minus 115. I think you have to ride the hot hand here and give yourself a little bit of protection because like Leg said, Juve, for as bad as they are, they've been here before, dude. They're not going to go out and get embarrassed. I don't think so anyway.
I think you're right. I think that this is going to be some painful football to watch just because Juve is so bad. But they're super pestery on defense and they make it physical and they make the midfield battle really, really tough. But Atalanta is really good at ripping the top off defenses. So even if you're pressing up into their final third, because I love Koopmeiners too. I think that dude is super underrated, along with CDK, along with Lookman, who's absolutely nasty. I really like both teams.
Also, if we're just naming Atalanta guys that we fuck with.
I love both teams to score here at minus 110. I think that's a super valuable number because like said, I do think this probably ends 1-1 and goes into extra time. And without Samacha, if Samacha wasn't suspended, I'd take Atalanta on the money line. No doubt. So yeah, look, I'm going to shake it up because I think that they know that European final, you're standing on the railroad tracks between Leverkusen and Destiny, and I just don't think you're going to win that game. I think that Leverkusen is going to complete an invincible treble this year, and I think it's going to be fucking awesome because it won't silence Arsenal fans, but anytime they bring up the Invincibles, I'm going to go, Leverkusen did better because, I'm so fucking sick of hearing that story about how they got 12 draws and, we went invincible. You drew 12 times. Nobody gives a fuck. You didn't even win the league. So, yeah, dude, I really like Atalanta to lift the cup here at minus 115, and I'm going to take I'm probably going to take a Lookman goal, and I might take CDK to score or assist.
Plus 290. Score or assist, I think he's plus 160 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, and here's the thing. If we believe it gets to extra time, which it very well could, the worst you're getting on any of the 4 possible outcomes is plus 800.
Right.
Put a quarter unit on every one of them. Plus 800 for either team to win on penalties, plus 1,300 for either team to win in extra time. I don't know. I did that with Liverpool in the cup, the last 3 cup games they played, and I made money every time.
Yeah, because, honestly, how does Juve score twice? We haven't seen them do it in how long?
Nope. They're not doing it.
And Atalanta's very good, but even still being that good, without Samacha, I think it's going to be really hard to score twice on Juve.
Hold on, you want to know how they score twice?
Unless the Italian refs get involved and start doing the shady "we hate Juve" here at free penalty kick shit.
I was gonna say cup magic, but if you want to say refs,
same thing. Yeah, same thing.
The only other thing I have for this game is a Gatti shot on target, and Gatti fouls, and a Rabiot shot on target.
Rabiot's been
Everything
hot.
else was covered.
Rabiot's been red hot.
Yeah, he's
Oh
been
wait,
good.
hold on. Nobody said Vlahovic's name.
Why would we?
Yeah, I said it.
Yeah.
He plays forward for Juventus sometimes.
He'll be
He
good
stuff in your
somewhere
rectangle.
else.
Yeah. And literally, I rag on the guy a
Chiesa.
lot. He was a very expensive signing. He was like, one of those signings where I get it. You're a fan of the team. You want to back your guy, but just got way too much hype before he ever did a thing. And he had a decent year this year. If you're just looking at his stats, look at who he scored the goals against. He has one goal against Inter
This is
in
my
a
Eden
draw.
Hazard argument.
He doesn't have a goal against a single top 5 team. I think outside of that, it's Salernitana, it's Lecce, it's Frosinone 12 times. It's a couple
not that he's getting bad service. Like he is just
missing
not
sitters,
finishing quality chances.
Yep.
And I think part of that is a little bit of Allegri ball too. Like I think if you get rid of Allegri, look, I'm not convinced that the kid's not that good because I watched him at Fiorentina.
No.
And when he first came over from Fiorentina, he bagged almost 17, 18.
Yeah, he's somewhere in between, man. He's not Haaland, but he could be a 25
he's
goal
Serbian
scorer.
Jose Lu. He's Serbian Jose Lu. Let's be honest. He's Serbian Jose Lu.
He could be a 25 goal scorer. There's no doubt in my mind.
He's not a
superstar.
He's not as bad as he looks this year, but he's not as good as he looked last year.
Yeah,
he's not as good as they paid for him.
Right. Yeah, facts.
Yeah, that was talking Italian football. Thank you, Nick, for that one. Oh,
thank you for having me.
What do you got? What do you got for me? Which one am I clicking next? Or do I show you guys the new wheel that I made?
Did you throw any French stuff on there?
I did not. I don't care about PSG or PSG versus Nice, and I didn't care about the Reims game either.
All right. I'll probably take Nice on a draw no bet just because PSG clearly hates all of their players and is just not going to play any of them. And only
you see what they did to Keylor Navas? You see what they did to our boy?
Yeah, and I think the only reason they played Mbappe is because the ultras would have burned the stadium to the ground if they didn't. So yeah, I don't know. Look, but yeah, if you want to talk some MLS stuff real quick, I can throw some MLS stuff at you.
Overs are
hold
back.
on.
They're so
Nick,
back.
Nick, you
MLS?
got
Overs
some
never
MLS
left.
for me? Hold on.
They left for a little bit. A little bit.
Well, yeah, when you play in April, of course they left.
Yeah,
it's fucking freezing, dude. You play in Minnesota in April, it might be -10, bro.
But here's my thing, Oaks. That's when you can get a 2.5.
That's true.
You're not getting a 2.5 going into June. Not happening in MLS. So that's I always try to catch that little window of opportunity, and overs let me down a little bit.
Yeah, I feel you. So look, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't watched a single MLS game this year, but I watched a couple of Union games. But MLS is so fucking easy to handicap because there's only 3 guys on a team that do fuck all. And I can name them all off the top of my head, and it's really not that hard. Here you go. Really easy layup number 1. Atlanta United can't play for shit outside of the dome. So you're getting Cincinnati at home at -125. That's a fucking layup. Acosta to score or assist. He basically does it every fucking game. So go ahead and take him. Is GG for Atlanta hurt? The Greek freak? I haven't seen him play the last couple of games, so I think he's hurt. But whoever plays the 10 for them, Almeida, he's fucking nasty. He's on PK duty. All he does is drop dimes. He's basically a Costa 2.0 down in Atlanta. So go ahead and throw his to score assist on anything you want. And then Caleb Wiley, the left back, is actually fucking nasty for them. He's a 19-year-old U.S. international who does have the ability to press up and play kind of a wingback position and sometimes gets involved with the offense. But again, Atlanta, we're not talking Italy anymore. Atlanta stinks outside of the dome. Cincinnati will probably find a way to win that game. You got anything else to add, Nick?
Yeah, I'll throw some in. Everything you said is absolutely spot on, first and foremost. And this is a league, man, anybody that's not familiar with it, the teams
It
that
used
do
to be awesome. This is what originally got me into soccer. But when you stack 9 games in the same time window, how the fuck
tough.
am I supposed to handicap that?
And you put it behind a paywall that nobody has.
Right. Especially when you drop your lineups 20 minutes late and then the book closes the lines and you don't start the games on time. Like,
yep. So, man, the teams that do home field well do it really fucking well. But there's also some teams that can kind of cut through that. So I'm a big on the LA teams right now. I think they've been playing well. Galaxy draw no bet. They're traveling to Minnesota plus 135. I think is a good number for the Galaxy. Lost their last game. Could be primed for a bounce back. Ricky Puig, who's over there, is fucking disgusting.
He's not suspended anymore, so they can
plus
score goals.
250 to score. I mean, the only time he doesn't is when I bet on him, and he'll miss a fucking penalty kick or hit a post or something like that. I think that's a nice little shout. LAFC, man, I'm kind of in the same boat. Minus 105, draw no bet. They're traveling to St. Louis, but they're just a high flying team. Their team total is always in play.
Bouanga's basically a walking bucket.
Yep, definitely is. They just added a couple guys too, so I think they're solid. Austin FC playing the Dynamo. It's a tough match. I think it's a toss-up match, but Austin at home, I give them the edge. Minus 130, draw no bet. I think that's a solid play.
That's a DeRossi show-out game too, by the way. That's a DeRossi show-out for the home fans game.
Absolutely. And then we're getting just some pretty disrespectful numbers on Inter Miami. And I live here. I'm in Fort Lauderdale. So I've watched this team up and down.
Well, Nick, you're looking at somebody who had Suarez to score last week.
Yeah, listen, he's not going to score every game, but because he didn't score last game means he's going to score this game for plus 125.
Oh, no, I got mine.
Oh, then you're in.
How many games
he is a team that, listen, they did like both teams to score is pretty much automatic. You take both teams to score in over 2.5. If you can get it around even money.
Remember when they were hyping up Calendar like he should be the starter for the fucking
He was playing well for a little bit, but yeah. Both teams to score in over 2.5. You can consider that every single Inter Miami game. They're super fucking hot. They're first place in the league. They're plus 120 on the money line. You can consider that. Messi is even money to score. Suarez is plus 125 to score. Luis Muriel for Orlando, if you're looking for somebody on their team. He came over from Atalanta. He's plus 210.
Torres silly Orlando is sick. The Uruguayan kid.
Oh, yeah. Plus 240 for him. So I think there's going to be goals in this one. You can hang it.
Always is. That's a derby.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at. Goals and draw no bets.
I think Montreal is going to be super tough at home. I think the Crew are going to have their hands full, and I think Montreal on a draw no bet isn't a bad look. But you always got to look at Chucho's goal because Chucho's he won the Golden Boot last year. He's fucking nasty. DC United, if you're not betting Benteke,
Benteke
every single game, he's tripled. Not doubled. He has triple the amount of headers won than anybody else in the MLS.
Unreal.
This dude is an aerial monster.
It's like throwing it up to Shaq. Like that's what it looks like. If you watch the highlights, like this dude gets to every fucking cross. It's unreal.
It's unreal. He's so good. That said, Forsberg is also super fucking nasty. Like came over from RB Leipzig. I think he ended up having to get a divorce because his wife was being a major bitch about moving to New York. So, like, Forsberg's been fucking cooking lately. Both teams to score over 2.5 in that game. Like you said, just a billion goals in Orlando, Miami. And trust me, like, I know it's like, oh, Orlando, they're playing Miami. Dude, Orlando's got what's his name? His nickname's the Octopus, the fucking Peruvian goalkeeper back there, who's saved penalty kicks against every single person in this Inter Miami lineup. Because he's just that lethal. It's saving. And plus, Orlando's got a good offense. Yeah, Gillespie. Thank you. Pedro Gillespie. He's a fucking stud. But, like, look, Orlando's offense hasn't hit its full stride yet. And when they can start getting Muriel involved, this team is going to be pretty nasty because I do really like a bunch of the young guys they have playing on the wings, and Torres sometimes playing the 10. Philly Union, listen, Gazdag to score assist until the wheels fall off. They're at home. If Andre Blake's in net, I'm telling you right now, Philly Union will not lose at home.
We also fucking despise NYCFC, so good luck.
That's true. Yeah, we do hate NYCFC. So getting Philly at home at minus 110 just feels like a really disrespectful number, because when Andre Blake's in net, they do not lose in Subaru Park. I think they were on like a 2.5 year. As long as Andre Blake's in net, they do not lose at Subaru Park. Now, I know they've also pissed him off quite a bit. Chicago Fire, don't touch it. Just don't ever touch a Chicago Fire game. Trust me, you can't. It's 3-3 or 0-0. There's no in between. So just don't play Chicago Fire games. Minnesota, Wad's been playing really well recently. And then you've got Pookie, who's good for them. Toronto, I can't figure them out. Bernadeschi is the backpack that carries that team.
Yeah, he's suspended.
What's up?
Suspended. Got a red card last game.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so they're not going to win in Nashville at all. Nashville is going to skull fuck them. So minus 135 on Nashville. That's easy money. Mukhtar to score assist. Go ahead and add that in to get yourself a plus number. I think St. Louis makes it a tough game versus LAFC because LAFC's biggest problem is nobody puts good service into the box. And then they went out and bought Giroud, who is completely fucking useless unless he gets good service. So
that's going to be my measuring stick for the MLS. Giroud, how many goals does Giroud score? That's my new measuring stick for the MLS and how far it's fallen.
So, again, like both teams to score over 2.5. I think that's a great look there. Vancouver's been dumb hot lately. Ben White is playing phenomenal football. And they have a couple other guys there, but, we got to represent for Zach Steffen. I think Colorado is actually playing some pretty good ball there. No. I like both teams to score. I don't know if that one goes to over 2.5 because Colorado can protect their home field pretty well. Real Salt Lake should absolutely trounce the Sounders. I know the Sounders do still sometimes get a couple of decent results. Rudy Diaz is like 400 years old, but is still a nasty, like 5'6" Peruvian. And then Carlos Rodon and a couple of those guys, Morris, show up every once in a while, but Orejo is the man. He's leading all of the MLS in goals and assists. Like, I think he's leading both statistics right now. And the dude absolutely cannot be stopped. We saw him go to Liga MX and tear that up. And then Real Salt Lake's like, no, we'll pay all the money to get him back in this league because all he does is score. So I kind of like RSL there, but Seattle will find a way to get a goal. San Jose is just complete ass, but they always score. Portland's very good, especially in their own building. I like them at minus 115. Both teams to score over 1.5. And, it gets us through MLS. Mora's really good for Portland. And do they still have, what the fuck's his name? White? Or not Ben White, but they had somebody else. Oh, Blanco. Something Blanco. Or something like that. I don't know. I kind of gave up on Portland when they got rid of Yimi Chara because Yimi Chara was my dog.
All right, guys. I made a whole new wheel. You ready for this?
New wheel song?
This is a wheel for literally just this week.
Nice.
So we have Nick is Italian on here. Wild's pick, Oaks Wild, EPL, La Liga, and Copa. They're all pretty self-explanatory. Except for half of them. And if it does land on Wild's pick, I'm going to make it extremely difficult, and it's going to take you a minute to find one. So just
so we're playing
Italian is
Americana or Libertadores?
No, I'm going to make no, you'll see, dude. Well, it might not even happen, so I don't want to get you too excited here. I won't lie to you. I gave 2 golden booty picks last week, and they both hit, so I'm going to go first. But that's also just news for Wednesday. So spoilers. Usually we would let the guest go first, but then I was like, fuck Nick. I had 2 golden booties last week, and that's where we're at with it.
I don't think I've hit since
I don't
my
want
second
Nick
time
to get Nick's Italian. You say it's your second time on?
No, I said I don't think I've hit since my second time on.
Well, I was about to say, I was like, dude, this is easily your 3rd or 4th, man.
Yeah, no, I'm on like a 2 or 3 show gold streak.
I know. We got you right here.
Well, to be fair, we were playing whack Champions League rules.
Yeah, true.
Ooh. I like the John is the title too.
Well, I didn't know what to put, so kind of fits for everything. Perfect. I got La Liga. What am I gonna do, man? Which Madrid player is gonna be? I'm gonna take Brahim. Actually, fuck it. I'm gonna just go Arda Güler. Fuck the bullshit.
There you go. Arda Güler.
Yep. Güler. I want him to catch Jamal so bad. I'm gonna talk so much shit if he catches Jamal. You had 30-some matches and you couldn't outscore my man with 8. God damn, is that bad? Anyway, Nick, you can go up next now. You're a guest. You're a guest here, Nick. I want you to feel welcome. You can go.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Doesn't hit as hard as the other song, but fuck that.
It's only midweek. Relax. All right, Nick, you got EPL. Your favorite?
I'm gonna go with Isak. He's hot.
Nice.
Right.
He's hot.
He is hot. My favorite is when he missed that penalty kick, and I was like, "You fucking!" And then he went and scored, and I was like, "Ah, nah, you're a good guy." I like when that happens, and I'm like, "Ah, never said a bad word about him." Like when Aston Villa came back, I was like, "Oh, what? Oh shit, it's 3-3. Yeah, never said a bad word about him. Wow, good guys." All right, Oaks, here you go. Bat and clean up. All right, Nick's Italian. Nick, are you Italian?
Well, I mean, I'm American, but yeah.
Well, this is America, bro. We're the melting pot, man.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
slice of cheese are you? What the fuck?
So what does that mean? Does he have to pick an Italian player?
No, you're going to give him a game, and he's going to have to think of a goal scorer.
Unless you give me any game on the board.
Any game on the
before Friday.
Well, mine was, if it was going to be Wild's pick, I was going to make him pick an EPL player whose name starts with a vowel or something like that, so he'd have to go and actually read everything.
All right, only because I missed hearing you guys talk about it. Tottenham, Man City.
God damn it. What am I supposed to do with that? Because who's Pep gonna fucking throw out there? You know? And can I even get a bettable number on Foden? Let me see.
I'm pretty.
Because I know for a fact I cannot get a bettable number on Haaland.
Minus 225.
Right. So can I get a bettable number on
Wait,
Foden?
he's 225. All right, hold on. I don't
Plus 120 on Foden.
I'll take Foden then.
Foden. Yeah, this parlay is looking sexy, guys. We got Güler, Isak, and Foden. I'm here for it.
Let's do it.
I'm here for it. I'll probably do Güler and Foden as to score assists. Just play it safe, but that's a good looking parlay.
It is.
All right, guys. That's all we have for you. This was Midweek Football. Nick, thank you for joining us. We needed an Italian expert on for that Atalanta game, so I could just be confirmed that Juve is about to break a lot of hearts, and it's not going to be anything logical. It's kind of like Leon being back. By the way, guys, Leon's fucking back. And what else do I usually say? Danny Carvalho's off gluten. Yeah, that's it, guys. Make sure you check everything out. We'll be back on Wednesday, and we're giving you free money here. So description down below. Me, Oaks, 2FootTalk, right down below. At Nick Diani. Did I say it right the first time?
You
or
got
second?
it first time, yep.
Okay.
I think I'm pointing to it.
We're not good at talking here or reading. We just yell a lot. Thanks for joining us. Fuck what you heard.
It's what you're hearing.
Midweek Football.